award-winning comedians Billy Crystal and Olaf, a.k.a. Josh Gad, are starring in an edgy late-night sketch show on FX called The Comedians. Mr. Crystal is excited about the show, tweeting out this picture of Fox Studios promoting the first show on April 9th. Now, you may look at these two guys and think, how is this going to work? Well, believe me, it does. Take a look.
No, it's not funny. It totally sold out my camera.
Getting back into sketch comedy, that's got to be really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Better than having to do another movie where you've got to play the wacky grandpa, I guess.
That wacky grandpa grossed $150 million worldwide. I'm serious, it did.
That much?
Mm-hmm.
The Comedians is a documentary about the making of a sketch comedy show starring Billy Crystal and Josh Gad playing themselves at a network called FX.
It's about the teaming of a veteran comedian and a younger comedian together forcibly.
It's about the generational disconnect between two guys who come from completely different times. They desperately need each other despite the fact that they don't want to work together.
The Comedians premieres Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on FX. And joining me right now are both leading men, Mr. Billy Crystal himself and Josh Gad. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so super hyped to see both of you. First, let me start off. Billy, how did you guys even team? I feel bad even calling you Billy, like I know you. Mr. Crystal, how did you both team up?
No.
How did you guys both team up to come up with this idea?
Well, I was sent this show. It's based on a Swedish show called The Comedians, and it was sort of like a cult hit there, and I didn't know anything about it, and suddenly I get these 12 cassettes, and they said, take a look at this show, and maybe something you might want to think about doing, and I wasn't really looking to do a television series at the time, and sometimes you find the greatest discoveries when you're not looking for something. It's like, whoa, this was hilarious, and I could just see what the show could be, so I said yes right away to the Swedish production company, and then we started putting the show together, and once we had the producers in line, we said, all right, who's going to play the guy? And then I happened to meet Josh. I'd seen him in Book of Mormon, which he was stunningly funny and fantastic in, and I said, let's try him, and we met for 3 hours, and then we didn't see anybody else. It was sort of made to be.
I love it. Josh,
Yeah.
you talk about the generational gap between you two. How is that going to play off on the show?
Well, you know, in real life, Billy and I have a lot more in common than not. And on the show, that wouldn't really lead to a lot of conflict. So when we signed on, we both said, if we're going to do this, we need to go all the way. And so we created these sort of bizarro world versions of our real personalities that are, like I said, they don't have a lot in common, but they both want the same end goal. And to get there, they're going to have to work together, despite the fact that they desperately can't seem to do that. And Billy and I sort of allowed ourselves to not only take shots at ourselves, but take shots at one another. And that was a scary thing, but I think it's also enormously funny.
Well, I cannot wait to see it. Congratulations to both of you guys, and thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us on.
Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.